Jacob wrestles with God. Strength in weakness. The story of Jacob wrestling with God is a powerful and deeply symbolic narrative found in Genesis chapter 32 verses 22 to 32. It portrays a transformative encounter where Jacob, who has been defined by his cunning and relentless self-reliance, faces a mysterious opponent through the night. This struggle marks a turning point in Jacob's life, symbolizing the journey from self-reliance to a dependence on God's grace. The story. After years of deception, Jacob is finally returning to his homeland to face his estranged brother Esau. Filled with anxiety, Jacob finds himself alone by the Jabbok River when an enigmatic figure appears and engages him in a wrestling match. This man is later understood to be a divine presence, God himself, or, according to some interpretations, an angel representing God. They wrestle until dawn, and although Jacob's strength is considerable, he cannot overpower his divine opponent. The story. As dawn breaks, the man touches Jacob's hip, dislocating it and ending the match. Yet, Jacob clings to the man, refusing to let go until he receives a blessing. In this moment, God blesses Jacob and changes his name to Israel, which means, he who struggles with God, or, God prevails. Jacob walks away from this encounter limping, a lasting reminder of his vulnerability and dependence on God. Key themes. 1. Strength in weakness. Jacob's struggle reveals a paradoxical truth. His greatest strength is found in the moment he is weakened. When his hip is dislocated, Jacob can no longer rely on his physical power. This vulnerability enables him to lean into faith and surrender. His dependence on God, rather than his own abilities, becomes the source of his blessing and new identity. In this way, the story reflects the biblical theme that God's strength is made perfect in human weakness. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verses 9 to 10. Key themes. 2. Transformation and identity. Jacob's new name, Israel, marks a profound transformation in his life. His identity shifts from one defined by deceit and struggle to one centered on a relationship with God. This name change signifies a new purpose. Instead of wrestling with people and circumstances to gain advantage, Jacob is now called to engage in a covenantal relationship with God. Key themes. 3. The power of persistence and faith. Jacob's refusal to let go until he is blessed underscores the power of persistence in faith. Despite his injury, he clings to God, symbolizing the unyielding nature of faith that continues to trust even in moments of pain or confusion. This tenacity becomes a lesson in holding on to God's promises, even when circumstances seem impossible. Key themes. 4. Blessing through surrender. Jacob receives his blessing not through victory but through surrender. The story suggests that spiritual blessings often come when we lay down our defenses and acknowledge our need for God's help. Jacob's encounter becomes a pathway to deeper intimacy with God, revealing that true blessing arises not from self-sufficiency but from reliance on divine grace. Applying the story. Finding strength in our own weakness. In moments of struggle or when facing life's uncertainties, Jacob's story reminds us that surrendering our own control allows room for God's transformative work. Like Jacob, we may find ourselves wrestling with doubts, fears, or even with God himself. Yet, through these struggles, we often discover that our greatest strength lies in the humility to lean on God, trusting that his power is sufficient to carry us through. Conclusion. The story of Jacob wrestling with God invites us to see weakness not as a deficit but as an opening for divine strength, where God's power and purpose can manifest fully in our lives. Subscribe, share, like, and hit that notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends and associates. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell for more information on Jesus Christ, God, Lord, Bible lessons and other religious content every day, week, month, and year. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the current information. Thank you for watching.